why do people get married?
So, what is marriage for initially? You can talk about companionship, continuity of life, childbirth, financial stability, helpmates. You can talk about all those things. But now, you now ask questions like, okay, what is marriage for today?
Do you take advice from people who have failed the project? I mean, you know that this person does not live in a husband house. You plan to live in your husband house. You are taking advice from the person who does not stay in a husband house. You're taking advice from a single mom. I understand that, yes, you need to learn, but at the same time, you need to be very careful about what you learn. Welcome back to Chat and Banter. Good afternoon and welcome back. How are you doing today?
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm good. I'm very good. I mean, what can we say? The country is working.
The country is working.
They're really working.
So today's topic is quite dicey. I don't know how that topic came out, but what I heard is marriage. Is it partnership or a survival strategy?
Well, no, I go shall try to just, how will I put it? Because if we go into this marriage being survival strategy or
Partnership.
companionship, so just know that when you're trying to bring it up, you're ready to because there's no how you talk about marriage being a survival strategy and you not be offending
A whole lot of people.
the feminists in the picture most importantly, because if you look at this whole survival strategy thing when it comes to the financial part of it, those who bargain and look for their survival most are the females.
Okay.
They are the one who question I'm going for person with the dollar, person with the money. It is what it is. You see, that's what I'm saying, that there's no way you will make points in this particular category and you will not offend some people.
So first, let's first start off with why do people get married? To be very honest, I have like a whole lot of questions when I see people get married. I love to attend weddings. I'm a wedding host. I enjoy it. I enjoy see people having that beautiful moment. Like my mom says there are 3 celebrations in life that everybody would experience.
Of course,
your birth, your death, and your marriage. But the only one that you are physically very aware of is your marriage. So it begs me to ask, why do people get married? For love? Is it for sustainability, for companionship?
Your question can be, I can split that question into 2 places, because you have to first look at what is the purpose of marriage initially and what is the purpose of marriage now. Because if I'm to answer you directly that why do we get married, it's going to be in between, because I'm going to be picking from what it is and what it was. So what is marriage for initially? We can talk about companionship, continuity of life, childbirth, financial stability, helpmates. You can talk about all those things. But now, you now ask questions like, okay, what is marriage for today? Poverty elevation, japa, opportunity.
Okay.
A lot of things you have to list in opportunities that people are now looking for now. So it is a bit, it has shifted from what it was to what it is now. So that's where you have to start juggling around it and say, okay, fine. Now, then look at it from a personality point of view that, okay, what is individually now going for into marriage? Because no matter how much you want to criticize marriage, what it is, people still value marriage a lot. And people see marriage as nothing important in marriage. What am I going to marriage for? I'm just going there to find someone that can help my life. Yeah, bro, that's how some people think. They just look at it and say, okay, why will I marry someone in my own class when I can marry someone that can take me up there? You get?
Yeah,
so
I agree with you. I was speaking with somebody recently, and then the person says she's a woman, and she says no matter how you look at it, marriage is always going to favor the woman more. And I'm like,
I think that one has been analyzed and has been established.
I do not agree, because I was in a group chat recently where somebody said I have to marry, and I asked the person, I'm sorry.
A guy.
Okay. Yes, I'm asking, like, I'm sorry. Why do you have to, like, you're saying I have to get married? I'm sorry. You make it sound like it's very important. So sorry, why do you actually say I have to get married? And the person goes, oh, I'm a Christian, for companionship. I cannot commit adultery. I want children to live up to my name. And I'm like,
Okay.
okay, I don't want to argue with you, but fine if that's what you think. And then this woman comes again and she tells me, I was actually explaining what that person said on the group. She's a married woman, like she's an older woman, and she said marriage would always benefit the woman more. And I'm like, how did she come to that conclusion? And she said, see, if a woman marries a man, first is, if he's responsible, it's a bonus for her.
Yeah.
If he's not responsible, all she has to do is make sure that the children come out fine. They will eventually take care of her.
Of course.
Even if he's responsible, when the children get to the age that they'll take care of her, they'll still take care of her, that they will take care of the man. Because they feel like the man is
I
responsible.
think this thing you are saying is more rampant these days, where men are complaining a lot. Why is it that after all their hard work on their children, they tend to recognize their mother more, take care of their mother more and all.
So it's like marriage is actually a survival strategy at some point, and then for some people it is partnership.
Well, what I will say is, if I'm going to stay in between, maybe the major problem is the more enlightened people get, the more they question
a lot of things.
Because in the wake of things, marriage was set up to be just. I'm not going to generalize it, because different culture, different kind of marriage setup.
Yep.
There are some part of the world where it is women that pay bride price.
Groom price, yeah.
Yeah. So now in our own part, marriage in our own culture, marriage is built in a way that a man will come, pick a wife, and take responsibility of the whole home. The woman is just to build the home, take care of the home and the children. So now when people now start getting enlightening and they're asking questions like, why should we be the one to be sitting down at home, and the man will be the controller of everything, making all the decisions. If the man does not bring money, we can't eat. It's easy for men to abuse their women because they don't have a choice, all those kind of things. Start questioning it and be like, if I'm fending for myself, I have what I need. I don't need to depend on a man. I can take care of my children my own. I can easily move out of a marriage that is not working. Because everybody have a point. If you look at it from everybody's perspective, the only problem we have is people take it to the extreme. Because I was watching someone's story. Imagine a woman, you are being abused by your husband, and they are telling her that, okay, walk away from this marriage. They are trying to even punish get the man arrested, and the woman's like, oh, did I send you a message? Don't arrest my husband though, he's all I have. I'll be like, what kind of mentality is this? Is it until you died in that marriage? Like, so there are a lot of questions. It is not always perfect. And another mistake people make is this. Some people just think all they need in marriage is love.
We're going to
everything revolve around.
We're going to definitely get there. Yeah.
Love. But the main point is, you need to understand that love is never enough. It has never been enough, and it will never be enough.
That reminds me, I read a quote. Somebody says, it is love. If it has a will, it will, despite the noise. And then the quote did not just sit well with me. I think it was a popular content creator. It didn't just sit well with me. If it has a will, it will, despite the noise. You can't exhibit some kind of character and say because it is love, if it has a will, it will.
No.
It will what?
It's wrong. Like, I don't get it. If it have a will, or what are you saying?
If it has a will, if it is going to work, regardless of whatever the person is doing, regardless of what the person is saying about the person.
What kind of mindset is that? That's like you're saying, even if it gets to the point of being enslaved,
no matter what the person does,
you just have to. It is love. No, that's where the questions are coming from. That's one of the reasons why you are seeing people raising different kind of questions, why we are doing different kind of ideologies today. But in as much as it's good to question things, the problem we have with human beings is some people always just take it to the extreme. We just go too far with it. I was talking to someone that, if you ask me any question, especially about this marriage thing, I can never give you a yes or no answer, because it's not always that straightforward.
Yeah, it's not always black and white.
A loser,
there are so many
in marriage, we give you a negative kind of feedback. The advice we're going to be advising you will be from the losing part, from his own pain. So it's going to be coming from the negativity that you can face in it. because someone that has lose will never see any positive.
So that's why I think that marriage as partnership, it requires like teamwork. It requires like
Yeah, it has a lot
trust,
of things.
sacrifice.
People are lazy actually.
Yeah, it requires like a whole lot of things.
Yes.
There's a lot of work. Most times people need to understand that this is the person that I want to be with. This is what the person does. This is the good and bad sides of the person, and
Yeah.
then the people need to come to a conclusion that can I stay with the bad sides when everything goes to shit.
I've seen a lot of young people, not even in marriage level now, relationship level, having this problem. And anytime maybe a friend asks me a question concerning, I'm always telling them, you know where the problem is we don't pay attention anymore. We don't get time to even. Some people don't even know what they want in their partner.
Wow.
They live in the moment.
Yeah.
I get to this place, I'm attracted to this person. Let us enjoy the moment.
Yes.
And the problem comes in while enjoying the moment, because you are not paying attention, you are not wise enough.
There's a
Maybe pregnancy comes in,
and
you are now forced to build a home. And you have never even look at your compatibility for once.
Yes, and there'll always be a ripple effect.
Exactly. So now let's come back to our question: marriage being
partnership or survival strategy.
So it all depends on the personality, basically. Like I said, there are a lot of ideologies out there today. Some people still see marriage from companionship. As far as I am concerned, if I'm going into marriage, I should be going for companionship. I should be going for someone who's going to complete me, not someone who's going to give me a reason to regret going into that marriage. You get? But from the survival bargain part of it, I mean, like I was saying, that a loser in the aspect of marriage will advise you based on the negativity, while a winner will advise you based on the positivity. Tell you, make you see benefits. Although the difference between them is a winner will tell you that there might be trials, there might be challenges, but stay on the positive. Don't look at those things. Don't look at the negativity. Just stick with the positive and you will get it right. But the main issue is people take advices literally the way they hear it. They don't care to, filter it, try to find out which one matches my condition. As I look at social media, different people coming out saying stuff about marriage. Some people come out and say, don't get married.
So I must raise that point. One of the biggest things that people do lately is, I think I saw that somebody says, if you keep listening advice from your aunties who are like 40s and from your big mummies who do not live in their husband house, you end up not getting married. So I ask,
or you can end up being a single mother.
do you take advice from people who have failed a project? I mean, you know that this person does not live in a husband house. You plan to live in your husband house. You're taking advice from the person who does not stay in a husband house. You're taking advice from a single mom. I understand that, yes, you need to learn, but at the same time, you need to be very careful about what you learn. I don't think that any successful person now will go and take advice from somebody who is not successful. I mean,
or more successful than him.
Yes, that's, you can listen here, but then it's still up to you to know if this advice is worth it.
That's what I was saying. You are really to filter the advice and know which
the
one
idea
works
of
for
people
you.
coming to social media and then taking advices from social media, half the time it's not even your reality. Half the time, what the person is saying. Well, there was one guy one time, I'm not going to say his name, he had like a group, he spilled a whole lot of things about marriage, and then some people followed him, they took him serious, and all. But the honest truth is, it will work for some people, it won't work for some people. It's just reality.
It's what it is.
If you don't have that mindset of, when this thing goes bad, apart from whatever I've been told online, how do I work things out myself? There's going to be like a real big problem. So marriage has always been both for personal companionship, for partnership, and for survival. Because I mean, if you look at even old times, the Queen of England is marrying the King of France,
of course,
to form alliance.
Yes, for the survival.
You're giving your princess from Armageddon to Asgardian or Loki's town or anywhere
just for the two
because
states to
yes,
survive, to thrive
sometimes
well.
it's for even economic alliance. You buy from
Yeah.
me, I'll buy from you. We know that we are like family and all. So there are a whole lot of reasons why people get married.
In fact, I always say that I don't literally, you cannot literally blame anybody who is marrying for survival
At all.
strategy.
But
Because
my own question in that place is, when you marry for survival strategy, yeah, it's quite good. But what happens when the person who provides in that situation,
that's where I was going to.
what happens when it cuts off?
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about. So I don't literally expect anybody to blame anybody. But where the problem comes in is when you are marrying for survival strategy and you have someone who has helped you, who has everything and agrees to marry you, and you are doing well. Now, where I'm always having problem is I know I said they live by the moment. You are so much enjoying that luxury that you are forgetting the fact that there might be a time where that person might go broke. So there was no investment, no future plan, nothing. And the moment that person have a problem, will that partner still stay?
A lot of things begin to show up by then.
Yes.
And then that's one thing that happened during COVID-19. Yeah, a lot of people had to work from home, and then a lot of people discovered that my partner is a stranger. I really
You don't
do not
even know
know this
anything about this
person.
person. Exactly.
I think I know this person. Now that we're not in a time of plenty, we're in a closed space, and then we have to manage.
I've seen a lot of flaws that I've not
Yes,
seen
like,
before.
are you serious? So there was like a whole lot going around.
I think one of the major problems that marriage have today, or is facing today, is people don't take time to understand what marriage is and what they actually want from it and what they are going to get from it. They don't even take time to analyze the person you are going into this marriage with. Who is this person? What can this person offer me? What can I offer this person? That's why, sometimes when some things are put wrongly, it becomes a problem, but it actually makes sense if you look it beyond the way it's being put. When some people will say, what did you bring to the table? Some people are having problem with that statement because they feel like, why are you asking what I bring to the table? What kind of statement is that? Only a poor man will ask that question. No. The question is, if I ask you what are you bringing to the table, the statement is coming out the way it is. But if you are wise enough to look it beyond the way it's being said, if someone is asking you what you bring to the table, it doesn't necessarily mean that you bringing money. Okay, you are marrying a man who is rich. Good. But how can you help that man manage his finance so that on the days of famine, you both are going to survive without having a problem, without the marriage ripping apart? Because we all know that majority of the ladies out there today are not ready to suffer. If you had money when they married you and you don't have money anymore, they are willing. Some people are willing to walk away immediately. They won't even think twice, because they will tell you that we need to manage your finances well. But the main purpose of marriage, the reason why we call it companionship, is for you to help each other out. You can help him manage his finance in a way that particular situation will not, drift you guys apart. You will not even go broke to the extent that you have to go back to ground zero. Imagine you have a woman who is wise enough to know that disturbing you every day, that as you are making money, let's be making investment, let's do this, let's do that. Even yourself as a man, you'll be proud because you'll be going from success to more success. And your woman is on the same wavelength with you, planning your finance. Even her herself is doing a lot of investments, a lot of things that is going to add to your wealth. Not you have someone who just turned into a parasite. She married you because of your money, and all she cares about is hitting that money. And the moment that money finishes, she jumps to the next rich man. So that's the problem. People, we don't know what we are. Do we even know what marriage is all about? That word companionship is broad. People just think, I'm going to marry because I love the person. No. You need to understand what it takes. Even the word companionship that you're talking about, okay, I'm going to marry because of companionship. That word companionship, do you know what it entails? Do you know what it requires you to do? It's not just for you to sit down, give birth, and chop the guy's money. Or it's not even just for you to be a man. Just have a wife that you can control around or this and no.
So I have a very solid question. Is financial stability supposed to be a requirement or a preference when choosing your life partner?
That's a very dicey question. You know why I said that? In some cases, yes, it should be. Because, like I do look at some instances sometimes, I look at people. You know that you are not financially okay yourself. You are marrying someone who is not financially okay again. And you are not wise enough to plan your life based on your financial strength.
Yes, cutting your coat according to your size.
Exactly. So, although I will not base only on financial stability alone, because even some people who are financially stable are not wise enough, and in the long run, the stability might not be stable again. But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is, for someone coming from a very poor background, and you know that you've been struggling for a long time and it's not just adding up, there's nothing bad if you see opportunity to find, partner with someone who is financially stable. There's nothing bad in it. But where I have problem is when you now stereotype it that it has to be. Like, I don't know if you're getting, when you're generalizing it, that it has to be. You cannot be with someone. There's a difference between someone who is not rich now, but you are seeing prospect, and someone who is not rich and there's no prospect. Some people are poor and they don't even have a chance of being rich.
But does this also speak to men? Now, the way you're saying it is feeling like, well, it's just women.
It's not just women.
If you want to marry as a woman, you need to marry somebody who is financially stable and all. Now, for the man, if you are coming from like a poor background, do you also have to go for a woman that is higher, that is at least financially stable? Does it also speak to the man?
It comes from different angle. When you are talking from the aspect of a man, you don't look at finances of a woman majorly. You look at how that woman, either financially stable or not, can help you become financially stable. I don't know if you're getting me. Imagine, okay, let me try to break it down like this. A man who is hustling, you are on the way up. The whole opportunity is there. If you end up with the wrong woman, as you are going up, you can end up coming back down and get to the rock bottom eventually. So now, for a man, what you are looking for in a woman is not majorly a finance, because let me put it like this. In our own culture here in Nigeria, the way it is, we believe that men is the head of the home, take care of their home. Although some people still work with the balance and say it's not only just men, blah blah blah. I get that, but as a man, you know that whether you marry a rich woman or not, you have to be financially stable yourself, because the adverse effect of why I say you will not look at a woman's finance from the angle of a man is because you know that if you marry a woman who is richer than you, masculinity, you as a man, you might not be able to handle what you will get from that woman.
Okay, so now that's again,
yes,
has to go back to counter the idea that marriage is a partnership. If you say marriage is a partnership, I believe that roles can be reversed. I can be the one providing today, you can be the one providing tomorrow.
The problem I have with role being reversed is that we are not wired the same. Like, women are wired differently from the way men are wired.
Okay.
If you reverse the role, the outcome you will get will be different, because men are wired to think as head of the family. So even when a man is providing, he doesn't see it as a burden where you have to be oppressing your wife or telling her that she's useless or this or that. But when you reverse the role, because of the way it has been wired, a woman will be telling you that me doing your role makes you useless. Only very few portion of women can actually handle that role, and you will still get something close to what a man will give you. You will not get the same, but you get something close.
So bottom line, it's not essentially a partnership. It's still down to being a survival strategy.
It's a partnership that is not 50-50. That's why you are making mistake. It's the partnership that is not based on the same level of responsibility. Okay. The roles are different.
Okay.
It's a partnership with different roles. So if you say it's not partnership, then you are making it look like one person is just doing it, one person is not doing anything at all. No, the woman have their role.
Okay.
Yeah, so the point is for them to play their role.
Okay.
Man, you work, you make the money, the woman manage you. The woman is meant to manage the man. So that, women, we are always very logical, moving this and that. Women are the one that are emotional. They see details of things you don't see sometimes. So they are meant to manage you, stop you when you're meant to be stopped, encourage you when you're meant to be encouraged. But when you don't marry a woman who can give you those value, that's when you have problems. You have to handle everything on your own. They become a liability. It becomes a parasite thing. And when you don't have the money again, marriage crumbles.
Personally, I even think that if your marriage is hinged on money, I think it's a foundational problem.
Yeah, it's a very wrong foundation.
It's a very wrong way to start up that, I like him because he has money, or the reason why we started talking was because he could do this.
In as much as we were talking about the angle of what women, this thing of I'm marrying him because he has money is one of the things why some men too think they have the right to do some things they do to their women, which is very wrong. So it enables both parties some kind of privileges they are not supposed to have. There's some kind of things they do that is not meant to be. Because how can you say because you provide you can get to be abusive and you can't be questioned? Who says who? She's not meant to be your property. She's meant to be a partner, not a property you can handle anyhow. So it is just on both parties. See, when you don't get it right, when you don't think it right, you don't see it from the right angle, there is no way there will not be problem. Some women see it from the angle of I'm not suffer with any man. I suffer with the man, finish now. You go after you get the money, you go marry that woman. You can't blame them. There are examples like that. But the problem with all these ideologies and building them in your head is because it's happened to A doesn't mean it's going to happen to B.
True.
A and B are two different situations. Because you are seeing it every day happen doesn't mean it's going to happen to you. What you need to do is be careful, look well, look beyond finance, look at the man, know the man, and you as a man look at the woman, know the woman. Are we compatible?
Very important. Can
this woman add any value to me apart from eating my money? Or apart from giving birth to my children? And you as a woman, can this man lead me well as head of the family? Can whatever value I'm bringing, will it be materializing in this life of this woman, or will it just be a waste? Of this man, or will it, because we have women that have the talent, they are good, they have all the plan in their head, but they are with the wrong men.
Yes. We also need to speak to that. There are a lot of women that I remember somebody, I'm not going to say, she was a very good musical artist when we were very young. I was lucky to run into her, and she told me, she said, do I remember? I was like, yes, like she's the person. I'm like, I remember watching this person on LTV, Galaxy, then growing up. And then now she's just a housewife. I'm like, why? It's
wrong marriage is a very big problem.
The man I married said no, he does not want me out there and all that. And then, yes, I understand it too. Some men are not helping the situation when it comes to meeting women who can actually do, and then they just want to turn down their lights. That's why
it might be from a different perspective. You cannot generalize it because they don't want them to do.
Okay.
Some men just prefer their women to be in a position where they were able to carry out their role properly.
So I
constraint.
Good. So I think that women should not marry those kind of men. I'm sorry, but
why?
Yeah, if my daughter is talented, she's probably like maybe a singer or maybe a dancer or an actor.
Okay.
And then she now meets a guy, and the guy now says, I remember my sister or a lady in my life. She meets a guy, and the guy says, oh no, you can't do this. I just want you to come and be housewife. What?
Now you're getting it wrong. I'm not saying you should come and be housewife. Fuck that ideology. Who does that? That one is in the past. If any man is telling you to come and be a full housewife now, you accept, then definitely you yourself before you don't even know what you're doing. You don't have any value. You cannot just be a full housewife. You have to still be industrious. You have to be productive. Even as what I'm saying is, there are some jobs, there are some things you can do as a single lady. Because you don't have any responsibility, you don't have anything that is holding you down. You can go anywhere, anytime. You can do anything you like. But the moment you have a home to manage, the responsibility is being divided. It's been divided.
Yes, but I still don't think it's enough for you to give up your career. I mean,
you don't necessarily have to give up. You just reduce.
You're saying I should reduce the amount of shows that I go to. That would be reducing the amount of money that I make.
That's the point. When you are doing it, you are making money because you want to make money for yourself.
Yeah.
Now you have a partner who's also making money. It's not just your money alone now. You are putting money together. As far as your partner is, your marriage is perfect. It's good. I will not say perfect. Sorry, I will not say the word perfect. As far as your marriage is good, you and your husband on the same terms. You are both making money. You don't have to rush to make money for yourself alone anymore.
I'll still not slow down. No, I don't want to slow down. Why am I the one slowing down? Why is not the man slowing down? I'll still not want to make less of whatever I can make. I mean, yes, the man can make all the money in the world, but if I can make a quarter of it, I don't want to slow down making 1/8 of what I can actually make. When I can actually make a quarter, if the man is making $1 billion, I can make 400 million. I'll not have to slow down to make 200 million because I am becoming a house. I think that's where partnership also works.
I get what you're saying, and you need to also understand that I'm not saying this is generally the problem, but these things you're saying are part of things that are creating problems in the society today. When the man is focused on making money, the woman is also focused on making money, the children are left fend for themselves. There's a problem.
There's a problem, yeah.
Because bringing up a child, the child needs both the mother and the father. They both need to play their role in the life of the children. So when the both are absent because you want to make money, eventually you have something that will suck the money.
There's the children.
They keep on sucking the money. Because you say difficult time produces strong children and easy time produces weak children. If you don't have the time, when I say slow it down, I don't mean you give it up. Slow it down for a greater cause.
Okay.
Because if you raise a successful child, you raise a good child, I think it's an achievement for you as a mother and as a family. When you after all your making of money, your legacy that you're going to leave behind eventually, if you don't raise that legacy, if you don't put it in the right hand, whatever you have done in your time will be washed away by whatever you are putting that's coming after you. Because it's good to make money, but if you don't raise who is going to take up your legacy after you well, some people you will be alive, you are old, you've retired, and you look at your legacy going down the drain. Look at what I used all my lifetime to build. And look at this stupid of a child. So it's I believe it's of both. It's important. You need to slow down. Even not only the woman needs to slow down self. Imagine that as a man, when you are single, you have a job that makes you travel every time from different country to another country, but you want to settle down. Unless you'll be taking your family around, you need to slow down to have time. See, a woman can raise the children, yes, it's good, but they need men, they need their man, they need their father too. You need to play your role, because if you are absent in their life, it will show. The lapses will be there. So you need to slow down just for the greater cause, because it's good to make money. Yes, you will make all the money, but a day will come, you will make the money will be there in front of you. Who are you leaving it to? What legacy who are you putting in charge of your legacy that will take it from there?
But is the man that owns the legacy or the woman?
You both have your legacy. We have couples that, as you're hearing the man's name of what he did, you're hearing the woman's name of what she has also done. You both have a legacy. That's what I'm saying. You are saying come and become a full housewife is a different thing entirely. I will never support that. But if I'm telling you that, okay, this job, imagine you are going to work 6 in the morning, coming back 10 p.m. as a woman. I'm also going 6 in the morning, coming back 10 p.m. One of us have to slow down first. We are not financially stable yet. One of us has to slow down to take care of whatever our offsprings. So, but what I can do is, if I'm not going to allow you to do that work, I have to ask you, okay, if you're going to leave the work, what can you do that you still be productive, but you'll be able to have time? It's not that I'm just to tell you to just shut down, sit down at home. That's a very wrong thing to do, because the moment you have a problem, when you shut her down, she will not be able to rescue you. You are both going down. So you don't just shut her down. You invest in her. You turn her into a creative person that will still be able to create time for the family.
I like that.
So that's what I'm saying, that the companionship, you just need to find the right mindset. I do tell people that, okay, as a man, what kind of woman do you want?
A lot of people don't even know the kind of woman they want. That's why they need to start off.
Some people will tell you that I want a working class woman because she will be making money, she will support me. But can you handle what the working woman will do for you? Can you handle the effect that comes?
Yes, the pressure of coming back from work, and then the boss has screamed on her head and she's just coming out, all her face is red, she's not even talking to you.
So some people want a submissive wife, they can control, they can do all these. But when she's not a working class, she's not as productive as a working class person, you still have a problem. So decide, what do you want?
Yeah, so you need to know what you want.
Even as a woman, what do you want in your man?
Yeah.
So it all boils down to that.
Quite interesting one here. Marriage, it's either a partnership or a survival strategy. Well, let us know what you think in the comments. We've had solid points. It could be a partnership, it could be a survival strategy. But in the world of today, what is it more? Is it more of a partnership or is it more of a survival strategy? That is it from us today at Banter. I'd love to see you in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Yeah,
we're coming with very, very much important and very much more interesting topic. Have a great week.